Why are you laughing at me?
Because the way you're talking to my dog.
Because I said, your mother was a bat, your father was a bulldog, and you are what came out. Because I said that?
Yes. I love that so much.
Nothing weird about that.
So if you're watching us on YouTube, which yes, we will be posting this. I know we've been way behind on that. That's my new dog.
Look at Michelle's baby.
Bruce the Frenchie.
He's really cute.
He's so cute, right?
I will be holding him for the duration of this interview.
Perfect. I love it. He loves his Auntie Leeann.
I say interview like you'll be interviewing me or I'll be interviewing you.
How do you feel about your new nephew?
Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with him. He's sweet and cuddly, and his breath even smells good right now.
He just yawned. He might take a nap.
Oh, you can sleep on me. You're so sweet.
So we lost our English Bulldog at the beginning of November. He was almost 13. Mm-hmm. So he had a nice long life, which is way long for an English Bulldog.
It is.
And we can't really go too long without a dog in our house.
You're a dog person. You really are.
So we just got a little puppy not even a week ago. He's almost 8 weeks old. He's itty bitty.
He's so sweet.
He's a French Bulldog, and he's named Bruce. Bruce Wayne, Batman. Yeah, my kids, we picked that name actually years ago.
Did you get your nails done just so you could Instagram yourself holding them? Because he looks really, really, your nails look really good.
You know me so well.
Is that really why you did it?
No, well, I get my nails done regularly, but I did think like, oh, I got to pick good colors because I'll be holding a puppy.
And you'll be holding a black puppy, so you went nude and sparkly.
Yes! How do you know me that well?
I know. I know.
Oh, I'm embarrassed, but yes.
No, don't be embarrassed. I think a lot of women think that way. It's not, there's no shame in that game whatsoever. So funny. So I need to start by telling you.
Yes.
I love the setup today. Thank you. And we're in Michelle's home office. Yes. It's cozy. Mm-hmm. You've offered me coffee, which I may take you up on because I woke up at 3:45 in the morning, not to my toddler, but because I had a dream that I was being viciously attacked by a raccoon and my husband was standing by watching. And he was like about to intervene, but like not as fast as he should have. It was a raccoon. And I'm hoping that you could interpret my dream a la Joseph, because I never went back to sleep because I just kept thinking about it.
Okay. Well, first of all, I need to know, did you wake up mad at Matt?
No, I woke up just like panicked, like in a terror. Like it was a large raccoon and he was there. Like Matt was on the scene and I was like, babe, help. And he was like, okay, I'm coming. But it wasn't like an I'm coming situation. Like the cadence to his voice was like, hang on a second.
Yeah.
Like, let me finish washing this mug kind of thing. I'm like,
that's not okay. Well, first of all, I'm a little nervous because my dog kind of looks like a raccoon. He's black and white. So maybe you were thinking about the dog, that you were going to meet the dog today.
No, I don't think it
Raccoons are nuisances, right? They they come in. They're really not there's no really redeeming quality about a raccoon. So there must be a big nuisance in your life that you are trying to tackle, and you feel like it's taking control over you. Could that be the holidays, perhaps?
I am actually essentially, except for a few gift cards, we're only doing 3 gift cards out of everyone on our list this year. Basically done with my Christmas shopping.
So that's not it.
And most of it is even wrapped. Like 90% of it is wrapped.
That's impressive, girl.
I've never done that before. But we were quarantined for 2 straight weeks. So there was nothing else to do except for online shop and then wrap as things arrived.
Yes, that's very smart.
So I need
to do some wrapping. Well, I don't know what it is, but I think you need to be thinking about whatever the nuisance is in your life. And I really hope it's not me.
I was going to say, if only I could think of something.
Could it be the Enneagram 8 in your life?
No, it's definitely not you. But it was a vicious raccoon. So if anyone here interprets dreams, because there is biblical precedent for God speaking through dreams, go ahead and let me know why I was attacked by a raccoon.
Okay, so we had, I had a dream a few weeks ago.
What was it?
Remember? I told you about it. It was a spider. I was getting attacked by a spider.
You didn't tell me this. Maybe you thought you told me this.
Anyway, I was attacked by a spider, and someone said, I thought it was you, said that you need to, that means something specific. And then I looked up, and it actually meant conflict with a female in your life.
Oh, was it me?
No, it wasn't you. I think it was my mother. Just kidding. I don't know who it was. But I remember thinking like, oh, what female in my life do I need to keep my eye on?
Dang. I hope it wasn't me.
Anyway, I didn't want to look up raccoon and cheat, so I just came up with that on my own. I think it was pretty good.
I think it was really good. I need to get something out at the top here too. If you hear this sound, I'm drinking water, and Michelle has these really pretty rose gold straws, and I'm going to try to be quiet with them, but I'm not always as smooth as I wish I were. So if you hear a clank, it's from my water, and I'm pregnant, so I do what I want.
And she's refusing to let go of my dog, so she's working with one hand.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, you would too if you're... Back me up, YouTube.
Yeah.
Back me up.
That's a puppy. Well, we have rambled on for a while now, but we are talking about holiday or Christmas traditions. We celebrate Christmas.
This is
Happy
not
Hanukkah,
a dream episode.
It's Hanukkah right now.
That's right.
Happy Hanukkah. I have lots of Jewish friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
some of my family is Jewish in New York.
Oh, awesome.
So they will be starting their celebrations today.
Yes.
Happy Hanukkah, Aunt Danielle.
Happy Hanukkah. But we were to talk about Christmas traditions. So you already have your gifts wrapped.
This is an anomaly. You should know that. This is really usually I'm the week before Christmas. I'm finishing up shopping and I'm really very average in this category of life. I would not say I'm exceptionally organized. This year I am. I think part of that is also because I'm nesting. So I'm also just at the same time, I'm crazy decluttering the house right now, organizing drawers recreationally, which is just something I do.
You too.
I love that about you. I think just my energy is just in my house right now. Mm-hmm. You know, my cave woman body wants me to just hunker down and paint the walls.
Ooh, are you going to paint the walls?
I don't know, probably.
Maybe. Okay, so holiday tradition. So let's talk about, first of all, I have a question, and this is for our greater audience too. I'd love to hear your opinions on this. Mm-hmm. Are you sending Christmas cards this year?
It's so weird that you said that. What made you ask that?
Okay, I'll tell you why that made me ask that.
Yes.
I send Christmas cards every year.
I know you do.
I love them. I'm obsessed with them. I will never stop.
I know. You told me that.
I actually don't understand why people don't send Christmas cards. I think they're awesome. I love getting them. However, this year, it's December 11th, and the number of Christmas cards I've received in the mail so far is shockingly low.
Same. And I told my husband 5 days ago, I haven't missed a year since we adopted our dog Champ, since our first year of marriage, before we even had kids. And we had a photo shoot, a beautiful photo shoot with my friend Brenna Heater. She does our photos every year. And I have the one that I would put on a card. And a week ago,
I offered to design your card.
You did.
Remember that?
Yeah. You did. You're amazing. A week ago, I looked at my husband and I'm like, I think I'm taking a year off from cards. And he was like, do it. I've been telling you to take a year off from cards since forever. Mm-hmm. He doesn't understand it. And I'm kind of like you. I really enjoy doing it. I enjoy getting them. And I think I'm just going to take a knee this year.
Why this year? Is it the baby? Is it 2020? Is it dumpster fire and we're just kind of wanting to move on?
No, it's not that. I mean, look, 2020 has been so crazy and so weird, but it's been beautiful too, in a lot of ways. And so I'm not somebody who wants to throw it all away and pretend it didn't happen. So that's not the reason. And maybe it is the pregnancy. Maybe I'm just tired. Maybe it just doesn't feel like a priority right now. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't feel important to me to send out a card.
Interesting.
I don't know why.
Well, I wonder, I'm very curious if other people feel the same way, because I usually this time of year, I go to the mailbox and I get 6, 7, 8 cards every night.
Know you're very popular.
I'm very popular. And here's the deal, is I've moved around a lot, and so I have friends from all over the country, family, and I don't know, I probably get 100 cards a year at least.
It's a lot of cards.
It's a lot of cards. And you know what? It makes December a very happy mail time.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway,
you display them. You have your cute little tree, and you keep them all. She has a wire tree.
I've kept I have all of last year's cards in a glass jar, and I pull them out every once in a while and look at them. And then I keep some of my favorite friends. I keep their cards for multiple years in my jar. And I just love cards. And I actually have a book of all of our cards that we've ever sent in a scrapbook kind of for our fit. My kids love, I bring it out every time of the year, every time. And we look at it, and I love it. Did you get my card yet?
No, yours hasn't arrived yet.
I'm so excited for you to see my card.
Oh, okay.
I mailed it. It's probably in your mailbox. Okay. Or it will come today. But I'm going to pull one out so you can see it.
Yeah. Go get it. That's so fun. In the meantime, we'll proceed with a new segment that I just came up with called Look at Bruce. Look at Bruce.
Okay, here. You can open that one.
Okay.
Oh, maybe I should open it for you because you're holding the dog.
I don't want to put him down.
I would offer to hold him, but I think you'll say no. Okay, so I'm opening my card.
I'm rocking him like he's a newborn human being.
Okay, so first, you can't hold it up because I don't want people to see the back on the YouTubes.
Why? Okay.
What's that card?
Oh, does it have your address or something?
No.
That's awesome.
So this is a picture of my family, and we're in our driveway. Where
I love it.
During quarantine in the spring, we chalked the entire driveway. So we had...
Can I show the front?
No. Yes. Okay. Then look at the back. The back is funny.
The back is funny. Oh, it's topical.
So I had so much fun doing this card. I think it's hilarious.
It's really cute.
Is it funny?
It's really funny, yes.
Okay, so explain what you're seeing.
Okay, so she's created a calendar of her year of 2020. And January, she put a big heart over that month, and it says 12th wedding anniversary. In February, there's cute little Mickey ears that says Disney World trip. And then there's just a giant scrabble over March, April, May, June, July, and August. And now Bruce Wayne is eating my hair. No, I don't. September says back to school, 4th and 2nd graders. October, fall break in California. November's a turkey, and December's a cute tree. I love it. I think it's really cute. Really cute.
So I was just hoping it would bring some joy to people. Here, we can show it on here.
Oh, and Bodwin.
And I just thought it was kind of funny. So
it is funny.
But anyway, so that's interesting about cards, that you're going to take a pass this year, and I'm continuing my tradition of cards.
But I guess I really don't have a good reason why. Like, that's what's... I'm going to meditate on that for a little while and come back to it.
Also... It's a whole mental load thing. And if you feel peace about not sending cards, then you should just not send cards.
Just for 1 year.
For me, I would not feel at peace not sending cards. It's just something I have to do.
I know. I remember you telling me that. And I kind of understand why you feel that way, because like you, I haven't missed a year, so we have a whole catalog of cards. Yeah. And I am pregnant this year, so it is a milestone. Like, I definitely won't miss next year when the baby's here, obviously.
Right.
But yeah, I guess we have beautiful pictures anyway, so I can print one of those out and it can be a placeholder. I don't know. Yeah. Just the idea of like corralling all the addresses that I don't have a good, for as organized as I am with like actual physical clutter, my digital organization
is terrible. I will preach and say hallelujah.
Terrible that's a generous adjective. It's disastrous. Mm-hmm. It's catastrophic. I mean, it's really, really bad, and I do need to address it in 2021, and I will.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so moving on. Tell us about kind of do you have let's go through like the whole Christmas thing. So Christmas Eve, what do you guys do Christmas Eve every year in your house?
So Christmas is a 3-day event in our family, which I kind of love, and it used to stress me out when Jack and Rosalind, our first two, were really tiny. I would just get so exhausted. And now that they're bigger, and yes, we have, baby Finn in tow and a new baby coming, but I don't know. I feel like my mom's stamina has like I'm like Mario. I ate the mushroom and I'm like, like I can just do more now.
That was really good. I mean? That was a good sound effect.
So it's 3 days. So on the 23rd, we usually go do Christmas with Matt's dad, his wife, their kiddos. Yep. On the 24th, we go do Christmas with Matt's mom and his sisters and their respective families. And then on the 25th, our kids open up gifts at our home in the morning. And then we go to my mom and dad's house, and we spend the rest of the day there. Okay. So they open up gifts from Nona and Papa, and my mom has this adorable little children's playhouse in her backyard. Yes, and that's where Santa leaves his gifts.
Oh, cute!
That come to Nona and Papa's house.
That's really cute.
It's really sweet. She decorates them with like those big Charlie Brown light bulbs and like
cute
a little tree that got loved back to life, like in the movie.
Oh,
so
Val!
I know,
you're
Val's
so cute.
She's a rock star, Nona.
She's
so good.
I would love to have our moms join us for a podcast with them. Val and Mel. We should do that for Mother's Day.
No, I don't even want to be here for that podcast. I just want to let them loose.
Ooh,
they can tell stories from our childhood.
Ooh, that'd be awesome. Okay, we're gonna get on that. Okay, so our traditions, we are simpler. So I'm an only child. My husband has a brother, and his wife, they don't have children, and they live in Maine. My parents live here full time. My in-laws are snowbirds, so they have a condo here, and they're here usually 6 months out of the year. So traditionally, what we do is we go to the Christmas Eve service, all 8 of us together. My parents, my in-laws get along. We have a real kind of a storybooks fairy tale situation.
Yeah, that's great.
And so we all go to Christmas Eve service. We come back here to my home. That was the other thing, is Jason and I said, we are creating memories in our home. Y'all want to join us? Great. Come on over. You don't have to come, but this is where the memories are happening with our family.
This is where kids will be opening presents with eyes full of wonder.
Yes. So my mother-in-law always takes Christmas Eve dinner. So she always makes a traditional lasagna.
Oh, Fran.
And we do we all open one gift, and usually it's from my mom. My mom gifts everybody with Christmas pajamas.
Oh, that's so cute.
Or some kind of a comfy attire. That's been a tradition in my family since I was little.
That's
always get new
gift.
pajamas, so you wear them to bed on Christmas, wake up and open Christmas presents
cute.
and pajamas. So we always do that. And then in recent years, since my kids have gotten a little older, I have instituted a tradition of a board game. So we open a new board game every year, and then as a family we play it.
What'd you play last year?
Well, 2 years ago it was the whipped cream in your face game.
Oh yeah, I remember when you got that.
And so we actually had to play that again last year because it was so fun. And I think we got Catan last year.
Oh, Catan.
So we started Catan. And then this year I got Ticket to Ride, which, do you have that game?
No, I don't think so, but I've heard of it.
I've heard of it too.
Seen it on Instagram.
Yeah, I've heard it's really great. It was on sale when I happened to be at Target, so I grabbed it. So that's going to be the game we give this year, and we'll play that game. So that's Christmas Eve, and then everyone, my parents and in-laws, go to their respective homes. We go to bed. My kids come downstairs. There's a rope across their doors. They're allowed to come downstairs at 7 a.m. Again, I've told the grandparents, if you want to be here at 6:45 a.m. to watch the kids come down the stairs to see what Santa brought, come on over, but you don't have to. They have not missed a year. Like, this is a big deal. So they all come over, grab a cup of coffee. Kids come downstairs, see what Santa brought. We always handle Christmas morning brunch breakfast. So we do a huge spread with cinnamon rolls and quiches and coffees and mimosas and the whole thing. And then we just spend several hours kind of opening gifts. This is not going to shock you, the control Enneagram made me. We are not allowed, we have to open one gift at a time. And everybody has to watch each person open their gift.
I think that's lovely.
It is. And we can get away with it because there's only 8 of us and we have the entire day. So we take time, we'll take a break, come back to it. My kids always get an insane amount of presents because they're the only grandchildren.
Yeah,
so it's
of course.
Whole thing. And then then we all take a break. Everyone goes home, and then we all meet at my parents' house for Christmas dinner, and they do a big pot roast or whatever.
Awesome.
So that's our tradition, which is fun.
So you brought up 2 things that I would love to talk about, time permitting. One is Santa.
Yes.
And the second is presents.
Yes.
So let me start with presents.
Yes.
So you guys get a lot of presents from grandparents on both sides, right?
Yes.
So how do you and Jason personally, do you guys have guidelines for how many gifts I've been thinking about this a lot this year. Do you have guidelines for how many gifts you give your children? No, and I'm not even talking about super prescriptive, something you want, something you need. Although I am kind of drawn to that rule right now, but I don't want it to be something that I want them to have more than one fun thing, I think.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of liking that as a general guideline.
Rule, yes.
So do you guys have guidelines that you follow?
We don't. I mean, the only guideline we really follow is the kids do, around Thanksgiving time, they'll do their Christmas wish list. And then I share it with both my mother-in-law and my mom and kind of divide and conquer.
Okay.
So they end up getting basically everything they want.
That's nice.
I mean, with some exceptions. Like Kenton wanted some obscenely expensive Lego sets.
Adopt me, Michelle. I want everything I want.
So that's really kind of what we do. And then Jason and I both tend to last minute feel guilty about the number of gifts, and we tend to go overboard the last 2 days before Christmas. Buy more stuff, which I'm going to try not to do this year.
Okay.
But
so what number, and if this is too personal, you don't need to feel obligated to say it, but around what number of gifts per kiddo do you think we usually end up around here? 10?
I have no idea.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm sorry.
That's totally fair.
And we try to even them out. And we don't even really budget it, which is terrible. But we just kind of, we're not going to go extreme. And if there's a bigger ticket item, we try to outsource that to the grandparents.
Sure, of course.
But last year, my parents got Kenton a Nintendo Switch, which is super expensive.
Yeah.
And we probably wouldn't have bought that because we like to get them more stuff.
Right.
But anyway, yeah. What about you? Do you have a target number?
So in the past, to be honest with you, we haven't systemized it. With 2 kids, it was pretty easy because, it just didn't feel like I even had to think about it, and the house didn't get overrun with stuff. And then we brought Finn home, and I was like, okay, I got to watch it. And now we're bringing home our 4th baby. And I'm also just realizing, and you and I have had conversations about this. I don't want this to turn into an episode about minimalism because that's not what this episode is. But I do realize how many toys just end up not pulling their weight over the year.
Exactly.
They're excited to open it on Christmas morning, and then they never play with it again.
So frustrating.
And so I'm trying to ask good questions. I do want a tradition. I do want to kind of pick a number. And I think my number is going to be somewhere around 5 per kid.
I think that's good.
And one of those items will be a beautiful, high quality, more expensive book. Something that's age appropriate, specific to each kid, and just a little spendier because that'll be one of their gifts.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, I'm just trying to ask good questions, like as I bring more stuff in so that we're not having to keep decluttering the house. Like I'd love to not have to keep decluttering all the time. I'd like to get to a point where just as much stuff is not coming in the first place, you know?
Yeah, I agree. And then this year our big gift obviously is the puppy. Yay! The kids understand he was not cheap, and they get that they're going to have some less gifts than normal. But yeah, no, I agree with you. We probably need to be better about the number of gifts as well. Okay, let's talk real quick about...
Sorry, I have to tell our listeners one thing. There is a video on Michelle's Instagram of her kids discovering the puppy under the tree, which if you just need a feel-good moment, it's very cute.
I haven't told you this yet, but I've had 2 companies contact me wanting to buy that video. Like viral
of
video.
The puppy?
Of the giving the kids the puppy. I haven't decided if I want to do it, but...
For cash money?
For cash money. I don't know how much
it.
I know.
What are you doing?
I haven't...
Sell it.
I don't know if I want to sell it.
Monetize this guy.
Okay, let's talk real quick about Santa. And I have to tell you something. Quick question. Yes or no? Do your kids still believe in Santa?
One does not. My daughter still does, but I think this will be her last year.
Okay. Both my kids still believe in Santa.
Okay.
I teach public speaking at a couple local universities. And my students just this past week gave persuasive speeches.
Okay.
One of my students gave a persuasive speech on why you should tell your kids the truth about Santa.
Did it change your mind?
We should have said a little like kid warning. If you have kids that believe in Santa, shoot. We should have warned you ahead of this.
We didn't know we were going to be talking about this. I'm sorry.
Anyway, so he gave a whole speech. I laughed the entire time because I told him, I'm like, all right, you got to convince me about how old are my kids? 8 and 9, and they still believe in Santa. And he ripped me apart it was hilarious. Obviously, He got an A. It was so funny. But he talked about like all this data as to why you should like tell your kids the truth about Santa early on, or never lie to them. And I was like, well, but my kids
lie to them is extreme. I mean, like I don't think it's a lie. I think parents who do it, you know, when we've done it,
a lie.
It's a lie, but that's kind of an ugly way of framing it. It's a precious tradition.
It is.
I don't want to shame anybody who's like doing the Santa
No.
thing.
Well, because we do it. But anyway, so I keep thinking every year my son's going to figure it out, and I think he has. And he actually said something about Santa. And I said, well, do you want to know the truth? And he says, well, when you say it that way, that makes me feel like he's not real. No, I don't want to know the truth. So I think he's just choosing to experience the magic still. Sure. So we're going to keep going with it.
Fair enough.
Okay, but Jack knows.
Jack knows. And the bargain I sort of made with myself was that I wasn't going to bend over backwards to keep everything going. I decided that once I could tell that my child asked me with earnestness in his or her voice, is this real? Shoot me straight. Because I need them to trust me.
Yes.
And Jack was 6 and he was like, is this real? And I could just tell by his voice that it was a no nonsense moment for him. He really wanted the straight. And so I told him. Yeah. And Matt and I knew that that was what was right for us. So,
yes. Oh, and I would not lie in that situation either. Once they say I want to know, honestly, tell me. I agree with you there, but my kids haven't gotten there yet.
Gotcha.
Okay, well, that was our conversation on Christmas traditions. Thanks for joining us. Well, hello there, everybody. This is Trinity.
And my name is Tabitha.
And we are friends of Leeann and Michelle, and occasionally they ask us to come in. And
I think friends is maybe a strong word. I don't want to be unequally yoked with someone like Leeann and Michelle. I would say we are acquaintances and that we are in a position of evangelism in their life right now.
True. They do need some help. Well, every once in a while we like to come into their podcast and go through the Instagram feed of one of their followers. And
well, hold on. You need to... You're running away like a freight train now.
I'm sorry.
We haven't even gone so far as to introduce ourselves.
Let's do that.
You're a real silly Billy today.
I'm just excited to get to this particular person.
Somebody took their silly pills. Mm-hmm. And my name is Tabitha. This is Trinity. And together we are the hosts of our own podcast called The Way, The Tea, and The Life. Yeah. And that's the tea.
That is the tea. We like to spill the tea.
That's right.
As the kids say over there on our podcast. We're also the directors of the women's ministry.
Over at Light Streams of Life,
Rivers,
Sprinkles,
water,
of Living
Holy
Waters,
and
of Living Rains
River
Church. That's right.
So anyway, we like to come on and evaluate the Instagram feeds of some of these people.
Yeah, I think you can tell the quality of a shepherd by their sheep.
That's true.
And these are some of Leeann and Michelle's followers or fans. And I think if we can evaluate their profiles, it's going to give us a little bit of insight into Leeann and Michelle's hearts and where they're at right now,
exactly. Well, we decided today to evaluate one of Leeann and Michelle's arguably biggest fans.
That's right.
She is constantly up in their DMs, constantly commenting, cheering them on, celebrating them. And so it concerned us enough that we would look at her particular. Yeah,
she felt like the right person to go ahead and investigate today. So why don't you go ahead and just sort of introduce this person?
Her name is Holly Schneider. I have to say, first of all, real quick, I like her first name because it sounds a lot like holy.
It does. It's very close.
But it's Holly.
Maybe just go ahead and change that legally as a first step.
That would add to your jewels in your crown, Holly.
It would. Absolutely.
And her Instagram account is private. But it is Hawley, Hawley Wood, like Hollywood what? Oh, maybe it's Hollywood, like
as in Hollywood,
which
as
is
in
sin.
A hotbed of sin. And so we're going to need to change that at once.
And just in case Hollywood, that is why you have that particular handle on the Instagram. We're going to tell you right away that that's a sin.
And how about maybe we change that to Holly won't? And we talk about some things that you won't do on your feed. That might be a place to start.
Or I suggest holy, holy, holy.
Oh, I love that.
It's like a hymn.
Yeah, it is a hymn. It's a hymn and a verse.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, let's just scroll down her feed.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and see what we got here.
Family photos.
Her description says she's a mom to 4 rad kids. Rad. Now, I don't care for slang like rad. We don't need to be fitting in with the world.
Right.
Look at me, I'm cool, I'm relatable. Yeah. No, let's be set apart,
Right. And she does say, first of all, that she's Matt's wife. That's the first thing she says. So that's good. She has her priorities in order. She has her husband, and then she has her kids, and then a dog.
I would have liked to have seen Bride of Christ first. Then Matt's wife.
Right, because she does have a Bible verse, but it is the last thing in her profile.
Okay, yeah, we're going to need to bump that up to the top, Hollywood.
The top, Hollywood. And she's a homeschooling clergy spouse.
Okay, well, I can obviously endorse both of those things.
There are some very positive things, although she does have her Enneagram type here, which we already know Enneagram is
That's witchcraft, obviously. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, let's scroll down. Why don't you just find a random square and let's kind of see what we can zero in on and really help her improve. Take your time. Don't feel rushed now. You got all the time you need.
This one. This is a photo from October 20th. And it's a picture of 2 young boys. One of them is only in a diaper.
They're very cute, I will say that. She has some very cute children.
They are cute. They have red hair, which is real cute. And they are on a purple blanket. There's a series of photos here.
Let's see.
It appears to be about haircuts.
Okay.
So, and it says, yesterday we all got haircuts. So that's what the post is about. Let's talk about why this is wrong.
Okay. Well, one of them is sitting in what appears to be Lightning McQueen. Now, I think we've addressed why Lightning McQueen is a sin on previous podcasts. I feel as though we must have. I mean, it's a Disney animated film.
Right.
So as if that wasn't enough right there,
Yeah, all Disney movies are sins.
That's right.
And you're teaching your kid to go fast and furious, which is not right.
That's right, yeah.
And also, why are you cutting your children's hair? Can you talk about that?
I don't know that she cut it. It looks like she might have gone to a friend.
Yes, she said that she went to one of these Sharky's Cuts for Kids in Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay.
She went there, and that's where they cut her hair. It's a very colorful place, like you said, with a Lightning McQueen chair for the kids to sit in and drive.
I think that's really my issue here. I think that's where we found the sin is the Lightning McQueen hair. Obviously, the haircut itself is not sinful. It would be virtuous to grow your hair out like John the Baptist. That'd be a lovely model to follow. But we cannot all follow in his footsteps. Let's be realistic.
And I do see there's a photo specifically of a young child. I want to say he's maybe 2.
Yes, I would say that's about right.
He has his hands on the steering wheel of this car, and that is obviously sin because what you're telling him is that he can drive.
That's right.
And you're allowing him to use his mind to envision himself driving, which he will not be able to do for another 14, 15 years.
The world's going to tell you that he's using his imagination. I'm going to tell you it's deception.
It is.
I agree with you.
It is. All right, Hollywood, you need to check your heart here. You have lots of pictures of your children and your dog, and I only see one picture of your husband.
I'm afraid to even ask what I'm about to ask, but I'm going to ask it. Did she allow her children to dress up for Halloween. If you go back that far. I mean, just riddle me that, because that's going to tell us all we need to know right there. Are there Halloween costumes of any kind?
Okay, well,
just scroll.
This would have been, there's on October 29th and on November 1st. So this is the one right there that would tell us. It's a video. And it was posted on October 30th. Leeann, I have to say Hollywood might be holy, because she posted on October 30th and she posted on November 1st, but there is no post on the 31st.
Hollywood, you proved us wrong in a lot of ways today.
Yeah. Congratulations on that.
Not seeing that much sin here at all. Hardly any sin.
Would love to see a few more pictures of your husband in here, just saying.
And I could use a few more squares that just contain Bible verses with like shots of the ocean in the background.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see any.
Her Bible is in that photo, though. That's good.
That's good.
Right.
That's nice.
All
right, well, we've given you some helpful things to think about, but overall, Hollywood, I gotta say, you're doing a fine job.
Yeah, just change that name. All right, friends, that wraps up episode 8 of Leeann and Michelle Think They're Funny.
That was a lot of fun. Thanks for hanging out with us today.
And Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah as you're planning your celebrations this year. I hope they're fun.
Yes.
And this is terrible. We're going to start over.
Yeah, we're going to start over because it's boring.
Seconds. Well, that's our...
Do you want to just stop it?
No,
delete it? Okay.
Oh, thanks for listening, guys. That wraps up episode 8 of Leeann and Michelle Think They're Funny.
That's right. And we hope, however you're celebrating this year, or whatever holiday you're celebrating, that your festivities are just twinkling.
Yeah, that you guys end 2020 on a twinkly, glittery note, because it's been a dumpster fire, friends. So let's at least try to redeem the holidays.
Oh, I love it. I love it. This was my imitation of us on the first one. Well, that's it for this.
We're still in character.
Goodbye. Yeah, they're so low energy.
All right, friends. Well, nope, that's how do we usually end. Hey, if you're enjoying our podcast, leave us a review wherever you listen to podcasts.
And I'm just going to say, if you're enjoying our podcast, we're enjoying you.
We are. And in fact, we're going to start reading some of our reviews because they are coming in. We have 35 ratings right now. We'd love more. And we're at 5 stars on average. We have a couple of, we have 1 3-star and 1 1-star, but that's okay. Don't think about that.
I kind of want to read the 1 1-star.
They didn't leave a review. They were just chicken and they checked the star without a review.
Come back and fight us. And by us, I mean Michelle.
Yeah. Okay, but I will read this review from JulieFish5. She says, I love these women! Exclamation point, exclamation point.
I think it's exclamation point, not explanation. Like you're not explaining anything. I just wanted to make sure that the grammar is straight.
Because of my 5-way.
Because of my 5-way.
I love these women!
Exclamation point.
×2. I am laughing and enjoying their fun conversations. Can't wait for more episodes. Oh, we love you, JulieFish5. Be cool like Julie and leave us a review.
It means a lot.
Bye. Goodbye from the holiday bulldog.
Oh, it's so sleepy. He's so sleepy.